Master Fu decided early on that he wanted to train Marinette as his successor, giving her some of his responsibilities by allowing Ladybug to find carriers for the other Miraculous. However, Marinette seemed surprised when he gave her the miracle box in a Miracle Queen. The situation is bewildering because Master Fu immediately develops amnesia and forgets who Ladybug and Cat Noir are as soon as the box is no longer in his possession. Hey everyone, have you ever stopped to think about Master Fu's decision to train Marinette as his successor early on? Comment down below your theories and opinions on this important plot point of Miraculous Ladybug. I'm curious to know what you think. Never having told Marinette what happens to a guardian when they abandon their duties, she finds herself forced into a role where she must either keep the miracle box for her entire life or one day forget critical moments of her life and the people she cares about. If Marinette ever wants to retire or finds herself unable to keep the miracle box, there will be repercussions throughout the series. In today's video, we're considering what would happen to Miraculous Ladybug if Marinette were no longer the guardian, but you shouldn't be afraid or sad, as I was telling you at the beginning of this letter, experiencing loss is part of life. Marinette took on her role as guardian in the best way possible. She wasn't planning on taking on the miracle box or caring for numerous kwamis, but she adapted to the role as efficiently as possible. In fact, it becomes evident that she is considering Master Fu's teachings while creating her own rules. She releases the kwamis from the miracle box and allows them to roam freely in her room, although she maintains that they cannot explore Paris without an active carrier. Throughout the 4th season, she continues to give Miraculous to her usual carriers and builds the French superhero team. She also chooses someone to teach about becoming a guardian. After Marinette reveals her secret identity to Alya and Gang of Secrets, she gives her the Fox Miraculous to use full-time while also relying on her to help care for the kwamis and decipher the Miraculous grimoire. Unfortunately, Marinette's excessively cautious nature makes her a less relaxed guardian than Master Fu in his later months. Her obsession with deciphering the grimoire to create more power-enhancing potions causes her to lose sleep. Alya eventually convinces her to take a break, but it's a hard-won victory, proving that Marinette puts everything she has into her new responsibility. Interestingly, Master Fu doesn't intend for Marinette to be a traditional guardian. She doesn't receive the same training he did when learning at the temple in Tibet, and he seems much more casual in his teachings than the guardians who came before him. She is also incredibly young and wields a Miraculous constantly. As she learns that Sohani expresses Fu's anger, however, by the end of the episode, Marinette convinces him that she can fulfill her new responsibilities even if she's breaking some rules and doing things her way. The second thing is that her natural instincts tell her who she can trust, an essential quality for a guardian. We already know that Marinette will maintain her role as Ladybug for years. The episode A Time Tagger gives a glimpse of an adult Ladybug still operating in Paris and continuing to lead the French superhero team. Presumably, she also protects the Chinese miracle box as an adult, as giving it up would result in losing her memories of the past few years. However, Master Fu kept the miracle box for over 100 years before handing it over. As Marinette appears as a young adult in A Time Tagger, there is still plenty of time for her to relinquish her rights to the miracle box. The most concerning consequence of Marinette losing her role as guardian is the amnesia that will follow, just as it happened with Master Fu. She would forget everything about the Miraculous, the miracle box, and the people she met along the way. Her memory would revert to what it was at the beginning of Ladybug and Cat Noir. She would recognize her parents, Alya as her best friend, and Gabriel Agreste as a new student in her school, all while grappling with the fact that her last memories occurred several years ago, and that she would be missing crucial moments of her life. Such circumstances would be difficult for anyone to overcome, but Marinette has numerous loved ones who would help her adjust to her new life. The hardest part of the transition would be keeping the secret identities secret, especially for Alya, who tells Marinette everything. The second concern is that a new guardian would replace Marinette, as happened with Master Fu in A Miracle Queen. She could choose the next guardian herself. In that case, Alya would be the most likely choice, as she is the only person Marinette has entrusted with all her secrets and Ladybug's Miraculous. She also knows the order of the guardians and dedicates her free time to uncovering secrets about the Miraculous, including information lost to history. I'm going to have to tell you, because I'm the only one who can. This is totally insane, girl, trust your best friend. However, if the Order of the Guardians intervenes to choose Marinette's successor, then Luca may inherit the miracle box. In A Miraculous, New York, United Heroes, he leaves Paris so Monarca can't exploit his knowledge of Ladybug and Cat Noir's true identities while traveling with Jagged Stone. He reconnects with Sohani, with whom he had already worked as the hero Viperion. When Luca returns to Paris, in A Miraculous World, Shanghai, the legend of Lady Dragon, he appears dressed in the traditional robes of the Guardian's Order and has learned Kung Fu Miraculous fighting, likely having acquired other skills not revealed in the series. Luca doesn't say why Sohani chose to train him, but the decision seems obvious. Luca is a calm and selfless hero with experience working with the Miraculous. He was also willing to leave his entire life behind to protect Ladybug and Cat Noir's Miraculous from Monarca's hands. His ability to keep secrets and make tough decisions would make him a suitable candidate, and with proper training he would be the obvious choice if the Guardians had any say. In addition to a new Guardian, a new Ladybug would also need to be found. It's possible that Marinette would keep the Ladybug Miraculous, but she would need to start from scratch, relearning everything she already knew about being a heroine. However, if Marinette has to give up the Miracle Box, it would likely be due to the risk of her secret identity being compromised. In that case, the Ladybug Miraculous would be better off with a carrier. So far, the only other characters to wield the Ladybug Miraculous are Alia and Adrien, as they both have their own Miraculous with which they are adept. The current Guardian would likely choose a new carrier to train. Fortunately, the French superhero team has fantastic heroes who could protect Paris while the Ladybug Miraculous is without a carrier. We'll have the chance to see Marinette's love story with Adrien develop fully. If that means my best friend can be happy, I accept. A new carrier would need to be adaptable, kind, and creative. Those who wield the Ladybug Miraculous assume a leadership role, and their powers are so versatile that the city will come to depend on their lucky charms, so they must be able to work with any item they receive. Marinette often devises complicated plans to make her lucky charms work, and her instincts are necessary for whoever continues her legacy. Fortunately, not all is bad news. Marinette may lose some of her memories in her double life as Ladybug, but Adrien will finally know the truth about the girl he loves. The beloved square has created numerous problems throughout the series, mainly because Marinette and Adrien have to keep countless secrets from each other. Even in the 5th season, when the couple officially begins to date, their parallel lives as Ladybug and Cat Noir remain a closely guarded secret by each of them. Marinette has few people she can talk to about her duties as Ladybug, but Adrien has no one aside from Plague and hopefully Luca in the future. Adrien has had a lonely life since his mother's death, and it would do him some good to learn that Marinette was Ladybug all along. The truth would explain his strange behaviors, his disappearances, and how she always seems to have the solution to every problem, as in the Cat Blanc and the Ephemeral. Knowing that Marinette is Ladybug always brings the two characters closer before tragedy strikes. Villains always use Cat Noir to get close to Ladybug, and the series tends to use episodes like those to explain why they can't know each other's secret identities. However, if Marinette is no longer Ladybug, villains would have no interest in using Cat Noir to steal her Miraculous. In the end, Adrien could know Marinette completely, without consequences or putting her at risk. Marinette could even know that Cat Noir is Adrien. After all, Nino and Alia share their secret identities with each other, and they have received permission to continue using their Miraculous as full-time heroes, with no secrets to limit them. Marinette and Adrien could learn to love each other fully, and their relationship could thrive. Give me a hug, Marinette, you're wrong. I'm not Marinette. As the series shortens to Miraculous Ladybug, it's clear that it may lose its impact without Marinette as the titular heroine. The story expresses itself through her narrative lens, and the audience experiences the series world through Marinette's eyes. The series wouldn't be the same without her, but if her time as Ladybug ever comes to an end, she has laid the groundwork for future heroes to follow in her footsteps. Miraculous Ladybug may not survive without Marinette, but the franchise continues to grow, and there will always be heroes available to continue her legacy if the time ever comes. Since we can't attack them, we're going to trap them. We'll be cunning, no needless risks. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.